Hi Scorpio, how are you? Time for a general love reading. So, interestingly enough, the two cards that just came out was the Seven of Swords with the Ten of Cups. And I feel like you are about to get caught in something that you think your family doesn't know about. So, for somebody out there, careful. You're about to hang yourself. You know what you're doing. And whatever it is you're doing, I'm just here to tell you that you're going to get caught. All right, so you have been warned. You think it's a big secret. You better move on. You might be leaving. You might be going somewhere and you're not telling somebody. Anyway, let's see what's going on for all of our Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. The messages are for the greatest and highest good. So take what works, leave what doesn't. All right, we all know who we are in this story. I appreciate you all being a part of my channel. See, you're up to something. I'm telling you, you better be careful. You better be careful. All right. Your overall energy is that of the world. So you are totally ending a cycle with someone. Completely. I feel like you feel that they took what they wanted from you and that was it. Maybe you were dealing with an earth sign. We have both the King and the Knight of Pentacles. Down on the table, it could be another water sign. It could be anybody. You know who I'm talking about. All right, so I feel like there was no movement between you and this person. I mean, nothing. So it's over. You're like, all right, I'm done. If they don't want to talk to me, neither do I. But up here, we have the Five of Swords. So even though you say all of this, and this cycle has come to an end, I think in your mind, there's still part of it has not come to an end. Because you're playing this whole scenario over and over again. They took from me, I gave them everything. We had so much history. They took everything they wanted from me. And then they didn't give back. They gave me nothing. And now they won't even talk to me. What can I do to get them to talk to me? Game's up. It's over. They haven't talked to you because they probably don't want to talk to you. Maybe you're waiting for them to talk to you, but there's no movement. There's just no movement between the two of you. And somebody's losing patience. Yeah. Is it you? Are you losing patience? That's probably why you know, this is coming to an end and like there's no turning back. Time to move on. But gosh, you really wait, hoping with hope that they're going to send you a message. Even though this cycle has ended, you are hoping. See, this guy's got a cell phone. He's in his car. Maybe they'll message me and we can fix all of this. We can get back together again. See, reconciliation. That's what you're hoping. That's what you're hoping will happen. But right now, nobody's talking to each other. Nope, we're not talking to each other. You're just waiting for that message. Like, I'm waiting for somebody to text. So here's the thing, okay? We all have a telephone. You're waiting for them to text you. They're probably waiting for you to text them. You know, so if you're on this, like, connection, you can't get them out of your mind, you might as well send them a text and find out what's going on. Ooh, because you want that message. You want to connect with them on some level. And it bugs you. You know, because they haven't come back or you haven't, you know, come back. I mean, there's this element of like, well, I don't know whether, I mean, since it's already over and it's over between us, if I go back, you know, maybe they'll reject me. I mean, there's a little bit of that. Maybe they won't talk to me. That's why there hasn't been any communication. Because I think, not only you, I think them too. I think it goes both ways. Everybody's like, well, we already ended this. And it ended in a bad way. It's like somebody put their foot down and said, I'm out of here. The end. The door's closed. And yet you wait for that message. You're going to move on. So here you are. Life is moving on, you know. But every day you're checking your phone going, gosh, still no message. They're so shut down. Is this you or them? But somebody's really shut down and they're not going to bend. When this door closed, that was the end. And now you want them to open up. See, but again, you're afraid of what they're going to say, right? So this is why you haven't said anything. This is probably why you haven't reached out. This is why you keep waiting for them to make the first move. You know, maybe they'll call me. See? I'll just keep going. Moving on. We don't have any attachment, but maybe they'll call me. Always hopeful. You know, but listen, it's not gonna make you happy to be back with somebody, especially who doesn't want to be with you anymore. Just because you had a history, you know, this is an ending. The end. The end. We start fresh. We start new. You know, so it didn't work. I mean, but you're ready. You know, maybe they'll say something. I mean, you're in your head about this. I mean, you're totally in your head. I'm ready to, like, fight for this, and I'm going to tell them how I really feel. And you know what? I just don't see it going in a good direction, because it's like you're all worked up. And now, because they haven't contacted you, you're going to start out with, like, well, how come you haven't talked to me? You're stronger than that. You're stronger than that. If this cycle is over, you got to get out of your head. You got to keep this door closed. It doesn't do you any good to go back to somebody who has already moved on, especially when there was nothing there. I mean, you're tempted. You are so tempted to go back. Just maybe. If they would just only communicate with me. But I feel like your person doesn't want to put any more work into this. They've moved on, okay? And again, this rejection. You know, it's like, well, you know, I was so mean and nasty and bad in the past. Maybe they're just not going to, you know, because maybe you're starting to see, you know, how you really were and why this all ended. Boy, you're tempted. It's like if they walked in the door, we would get back together again, at least for now. But I'm telling you, you know, you keep looking back, but it's going to hang you up. It's going to hang you up. All right, let's get some advice for some of these Scorpios out there. Yeah, I mean, look, is this you? I mean, emotionally, you don't really want this either. You know, it's just you just don't want you want them back, but you don't want them back. What do you want? You know, you can't have everything you want. What do you want? Okay. It's funny because what I keep hearing in my head is you want them to communicate with you. You want them to contact you. For what? I mean, it's like you're on your own. Like, but you're like, well, just maybe. Just maybe. You know, this relationship was heavy. And there was a lot of, you know, it wasn't a fair, balanced kind of union. Okay? And somebody pretended that they cared more than they did. I mean, we see that here. You know, somebody just didn't care. You know, so now here you are, you know, it's like, okay, well, we can pretend that maybe things will change, but now you're on your own because this cycle, it ended, right? It ended between you and this person. But you still keep an eye on each other. You're still like, you know, it's like, you might as well communicate because for how much spying you're doing on each other, because I think it's going both ways. I mean, you think it's over, but look, they're watching you. They're watching you. They're watching you. So, this game is still going on between you and this person. You know? And it's not moving, even though it's over. You know, it's like, at all costs, it's like, it doesn't matter how it ended. Because somebody was really upset. Somebody was really angry. Somebody finally said, I'm done. I'm out of here. Shut the door. Right? Somebody made the decision for you. Maybe you made it. Maybe they did. It was just a matter of time before this was going to come to a complete end. Because somebody wasn't willing to give. It was a very unrequited relationship. Yeah, it's like, but you play this game in your head. It's like, well, I still want to talk to them. I still want to talk to them. I still want to be friends with them. You can't be friends with them. You're too emotionally involved. Especially, you know, if like you want to be involved with them. See, it's like, it's in your head. You got to get out of your head. Ooh, you're so tempted. You were so tempted. So, listen, you're wondering what's going on, text them. You know, find out. You know, because until you get out of your head, I don't think you can close this door. You know, so do you need to hear it one last time from them? That there's nothing's going to happen? You know, but like in your mind, you're like, but we had something. We can make it again. We can fix this. Even though, you know, we were so different from each other, we can make it work. You know, but your person wasn't happy. They weren't happy at all. And they didn't feel like they were being treated fairly. So for you trying to offer some love now, when the door is already closed, because, oh, this time we're really going to make it work. Look, we can really make a future happen. But there's no communication between the two of you. There probably wasn't ever any real good communication between the two of you. So, Scorpio, I'm telling you, there's no going back. I mean, yeah, you can go back, you know, but text them. You know, if you're that curious about what's going on, so that it'll free your mind, you know, get a hold of them. You know, rather than play the waiting game. Unless, of course, it really is over. And then there's just no going back. There's only forward. And listen, life is right waiting for you. So go forward. You already been there, done that. You know. And I think I said this in another reading. Take the road less traveled. You might find something you really love on that road. All right, that's what I've got for you, Scorpio. I hope this resonated. If it did, that's great. If it didn't, that's okay. I'll take what works, leave what doesn't. Thumbs up for me if you did like the reading, and I'll see you at the next one. Until then, bye now.